It's a spiritual enchantress here, and if you're new, welcome. Today I'm going to take you through a quick 20-minute flow that is mostly on your mat, so not really any standing, that will focus on your upper back and your shoulders for shoulder pain, so a little bit of strengthening and then some really nice juicy stretches. So if that's interesting to you, let's get started. Start on your hands and knees with your hands shoulder width distance apart, your fingers spread wide, firmly planted beneath your shoulder blades. Hips, knees hip width distance apart, directly beneath your hip bones, with the tops of your feet grazing the mat. Really press into your hands, activate the core, come to a neutral spine, and then think about just keeping your arms straight, so no bending in the elbows, and dropping the chest down, and then using the strength of your shoulders to push away. So we're going to do 20 of these, where we drop and push away. Arms are staying straight, no bending here. It's really all just in the shoulders here. And drop. And 4. You can exhale as you press up. Inhale as you drop. Neck nice and long. Make sure the core is staying engaged. 15. 5 more. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. Come to sit back on your heels. Take your arms out in front of you. Take your right hand out, cross it across the body, and take your left arm to pull that shoulder in. Make sure you're sitting up tall with your belly pulled up and in, even when we're stretching. Release, shake it out. Left leg or arm goes long in front of you. Cross towards the right and pull it in with your right arm. Nice deep breaths in and out of the nose here. Of course, don't pull any further than your body wants to go. Listen to your body release, shake it out. Taking your hands on the ground in front of you and walking them back out into that tabletop position. This time we're going to take our knees back slightly so that we come into a modified plank. If you would like to go into a full plank, that is up to you, but just make sure that it's going to be sustainable. Pull your belly up and in. Spread the fingers wide, press really hard into the hands to protect your wrists, and tuck the elbows in and allow your chest to come down. Just about touch the mat and press back up. We're gonna do 10 of these. Chaturanga push-ups, modified or unmodified, that is up to you. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8, 9, 10. Come back onto your heels, allowing your forehead to come down and to child's pose. Feel a nice stretch in your upper back here. Walk your hands over to the right. Get a nice stretch in the side of your rib cage. Press into your hands so that your self-active arms and your shoulders are down away from your ears. Create space for yourself. Walk your hands back to center and through over to the left this time. Nice stretch in the right rib cage, pressing into your hands so that you can create space in your shoulders. Walking back to center, pressing up back into our tabletop position, coming to a neutral spine. Few deep breaths here until you get the positioning. Walk your hands slightly forward, coming into that modified plank position again. This time lowering down all the way to your belly with our elbows tucked in to our sides. And when you get to your belly, press your hips and your belly into the mat, bringing your chest forward and your shoulders down your back. Really squeezing your shoulder blades together here. And exhale, release. Inhale, press up to low cobra, pressing your hips and your legs into the ground. Really using your back muscles here to lift yourself up. And release. Take your other ear to the floor. And inhale, lift up. Press your hands slightly up just to test that you're really using the strength of your back and not just using your hands to hold you in shape here. And exhale, release. Take your hands long down your side here. And we're going to gently lift our feet and our hands at the same time. So our chest and our feet lift, really pressing the hips into the ground. Keep a nice long neck, looking down at the mat, not craning your head forward to look ahead. Bringing your shoulder blades towards one another and down away from your ears. Point your toes in locust and release. Come down onto your left ear. And inhale, come up. Really pressing the hips in, really pushing your feet to the wall behind you, and your shoulders up towards each other like they're squeezing a pencil. You can clasp the hands behind the back if it helps. And released, right ear to the mat this time. And come up. Locust one more time. Make it worth it. Really press, really work the muscles. You're gonna get out of this what you put in. It's up to you. You're the master of your own destiny. And release. Take your hands beneath your shoulder blades, spread them wide. Press up onto your knees. Take your tailbone towards your heels, moving backwards. Spread the knees nice and wide to kiss the edges of your mat. And walk the hands forward until your chest or your forehead comes towards the ground. For wide-legged child's pose. Spread the hands wide, press them into the mat, and kind of press yourself back towards your heels a little bit more. Engage the arms. This is an active recovery pose. Everything is engaged. Pressing into the knees and up onto your hands. Coming into that tabletop position again. We're going to do some alternating arm and leg movements where we take our left foot straight behind us, really firm foundation in our hands directly beneath the shoulders as before. Long spine, belly drawn up and in, and extend the right arm out forward. You can play around with lifting that left leg up to come in line with the front, only if it's in your practice. Otherwise, keep the back leg down, just lifting that front arm with the fingers spread wide, really active here. And release. Straighten that right leg out behind you. Long spine, draw the belly up and in. Press firmly into the hands and lift up. Taking the right arm out straight. Nice long line of energy through the crown of the head. Out the back heel, flexing that back foot. Your hip and your knee and your toes should be facing the mat, not pointing out beside you. Remembering to modify if you need to. And release. Coming back to tabletop. Leaving the legs as they are with the tops of your feet firmly pressed into the mat. Slowly walk your hands out forward, bringing your chest towards the mat. Your tailbone going towards the sky here. For puppy pose. If you want to make this more intense, you can take your elbows and place them on the mat and come into a prayer pose just above your head, over the back of your neck. If your hands are in prayer, take them back down to the mat in front of you. Slowly walk them in towards your torso and come back up onto all fours. We're going to take the right arm and thread it beneath the left. So it's going to come across your torso till you come down to rest on your right shoulder, looking towards the left. Lower body stays the same. You can move the left arm around to somewhere that is comfortable and supportive to you. Or if you would like, you can take a bind, taking the left arm high to the sky and wrapping it across your low back. Whichever feels good for you. Unravel the left arm if you had it wrapped behind your back. Put it beneath your shoulder. Press into the left hand, unwinding the right, coming back to neutral. You can do a couple little rocks back and forth. Firmly plant those hands beneath your shoulders, taking the left hand this time, threading it beneath your torso, underneath your right arm, and coming down onto the left shoulder. Lower body stays the same. Again, moving your supporting arm around to a place that suits you, or taking the right arm up and over the low back for a bind. Remember, if you're doing this because you have pain in your upper back, you might not be able to do all of the binds. It's really up to you to just listen to your body. You can unravel that right arm, pressing up to neutral, and just only go as far as you're ready to go today, right now. If that means placing a pillow underneath your shoulder when you're doing this and not going as far into the pose, then honor yourself and do a little bit each day, and slowly the muscles will start to loosen up. Okay, tuck your toes under, press up onto your feet, and take them out in front of you for a forward fold. We're gonna just do a very passive forward fold here. If you'd like to grab some pillows or a bolster, I like to use couch cushions. These aren't the comfiest thing to use, but I just have blocks here today. Make sure your hip bones or your sits bones are grounded firmly into the ground beneath you. Nice even weight distribution on your butt. And just lean forward, allowing your neck and your head to hang heavy, having your arms on the mat as support. This looks innocent enough, but when you have a pinched shoulder, it can be extremely painful. So just breathe through it. Use props to prop yourself up so you're not pushing yourself too hard into a position. Sometimes you'll notice the little longer you stay, your body starts to unfold and unwind and move further into the position so you can remove a little bit of proppage. Slowly come up using your hands to press back up, nice and gentle with yourselves here. If you do not have any blocks, what I'd like you to do is take your hands just behind your hips here with your fingers facing forward and come down onto the elbows. So you're holding yourself up with your elbows. They should be kind of tucked into the midline. And then allow your head to hang back, letting go all of the muscles in your neck for fish pose. If you do have a block and you'd like to do supported fish, you can take a block beneath where your shoulder blades are and come down gently onto the block, allowing your neck to hang back over the block. It's allowing your arms to hang heavy here and allow that tension to release from the back of your neck and open up the throat. Press into your elbows and slowly come up to seated. Remove the prop if you were using it. Using the strength of your abs, slowly roll down onto your back. Slow and controlled. Take a nice bend in the knees with your heels grazing your sits bones. Gonna shift your hips, slip up 2 inches over to the left and allow your knees to drop over to the right, nice and gentle. If they're not coming quite all the way down, place a block or a pillow beneath your knees just so they're not, so your abs are trying to hold them in place. And that way you can just relax here. You may enjoy looking over to the left. Close off your eyes and relax. Using the strength of your abs, take your knees back up to center, shift your hips back to neutral. And now with your heels grazing your sits bones, press into your feet and slightly shift your hips over to the right, allowing your knees to drop over to the left this time. And you can look over to the right if you wish, if it feels good for you. Remembering to prop your knees if they're hanging. strength of your abs to pull your knees back up to center. Shift your hips back to neutral. Allow your legs to come down along out beside your mat. Allow the feet to hang open. Bring your arms along the side of the body, slightly away from yourself with the palms facing up to receive energy or down for grounding. Breathing in and out of the nose. Remembering to reward yourself each time you take even a little bit of time out of your day to come and treat your body with respect, rejuvenating it, refreshing it. You are worthy, you are whole, you are complete. Nice big deep inhale through the nose, fill up your cup, and exhale out the mouth, sighing out all that does not serve you. One more time, big inhale through the nostrils. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. You can roll over onto your right or left side, whichever feels better to you. Come into fetal position. Take the top hand, press into the floor and come up to a seated position. Thank you for joining me on your mat today. I hope this helped with any pain you've been feeling in your shoulders and helped strengthen everything up there. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Bye. If you like this video, please like it. Please share with anyone you think would gain value. And please subscribe below, clicking the bell notification button to be updated with new content. Have a good day.